play the game to have an opportunity to be the best. Can you feel that? Can you feel what's about to happen on this field, man?
In order to win, we got to play at a level that they're unable to match. We ain't letting nobody take this away from us.
Let's do what we came to do, and let's go to a Super Bowl.
He makes the catch. Oh, baby.
The best running back that I have ever seen.
Goes right up the middle. Touchdown! What a comeback. What an effort. Do you believe it? The Colts and the Bears in the Super Bowl.
We got to make the most of them now. 1, 2, 3. Work down.
Throws one downfield. Reggie's there. Touchdown. Dominic throws, barrels in. Intercepted. The game's going to be over. The Colts are world champions.
Since 1999, no NFL team has won more regular season games or qualified for the playoffs more often than the Indianapolis Colts.
I think that's something that you really pride yourself in this era of the salary cap. And being in a small market like we have been is being able to be consistent and to be really, really good for a long period of time. It's hard to win in this league. I mean, it really is. And to win 3 division titles in a row, to win the number of games that we have, and in the fashion we've won them, with such dynamic entertainment in terms of the type of players we have.
Touchdown, Marvin! His 100th touchdown catch of his career!
Much of the Colts' success can be attributed to the character of the men who wear the horseshoe.
First thing we look for is we want a player that has intelligence, who can understand the game. The second is competitiveness. We want a guy who really compete. There are a lot of people who are content to be in the National Football League. There are not a lot who really want to be the best at what they do.
It's a big day, but hey, we just got to do what we do. And that's play Colts football and dominate up front. Dominate on 3, 1, 2, 3, dominate.
And finally, we want someone who has perseverance, strength of character, a person who'll stay the course, who's willing to pay the price and willing to get up off the deck and come back.
That resilience was tested following 2 crushing postseason losses to the New England Patriots. The heartbreak continued in 2005. Despite a franchise record 14 wins, the Colts were abruptly knocked out of the playoffs by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It was difficult because I really think that team was unquestionably, in my 35 years around Baltimore Colt, Indianapolis Colt team, the best team that I've ever seen. It was a team that virtually had no weaknesses.
It's a pretty long field goal for Mike Vanderjagt. He missed it badly.
In a lot of folks' minds, it was a bad year because we got beat by Pittsburgh. But this team won 14 games. That's a tremendous accomplishment. We just, for all of us, we need to win a big game. That's the thing missing right now.
We need to win a championship, win a world championship. We believe we can. We're still a relatively young team to some degree. You know, we have a great opportunity in 2006 to go out and have an incredible year.
Hustle off, hustle in. Don't walk on the field, please.
Head coach Tony Dungy and his Colts entered training camp determined to make 2006 a championship season.
All right, we can make a little progress today, getting people in that vise, coming at the right angle, right? Using our help. Concentrate on those little things. You can't just assume you got a tight end over there and line up in a 9. You got to listen for the call. Okay, you got to be outside that, right, Chris? He goes inside, he's running right into your help.
Tony will have this team as well prepared and ready to go September 10th as anyone in this league. And he understands that it is a marathon, not a sprint.
No, it's only one day, Rich. I think these guys may be having their best camp. Yeah.
one day, Coach. You're right.
It's only one day, but so far, I tell you, they've been on it. They've been on the detail.
We don't want to be remembered as one of the greatest teams that never won a world championship. You got to look it in the eye and realize that. We all know that being a world champion or not affects a legacy in a very big way. So that's our goal. Legacy still to be determined. Just stay tuned.
Indianapolis began the regular season under unique circumstances. For the first time in NFL history, two brothers started at quarterback in the same game. For Peyton Manning, it was the first time he had ever competed against his brother Eli at any level of football. Peyton is older by 5 years, and for most of the night, Big Brother provided his sibling and a national television audience with a textbook example of NFL quarterbacking. The Colts took an early lead on 2 field goals from newly acquired kicker Adam Vinatieri.
All right, we get out here this next drive, we need a touchdown. Yeah, we need a touchdown, all right? He rolls to the right, looks on the run, throws it in the end zone. Dallas Clark's got a touchdown! Dallas Clark got a great rollout by Peyton Manning.
He just beat Strahan in coverage, who dropped back, and Dallas Clark with a gorgeous catch on the sideline to give the Colts their first touchdown of the season.
That's a great adjustment right there. 15 to run to the pylon and put your hand up to let him know that you're open right there. Great finish.
The Giants kept it close with a steady running game and a pair of touchdown passes from the youngest brother of the Manning family. But in the final moments, the Colt defense kept Eli from being the hero.
Steps up, deep ball down the right side, and it's intercepted. He overthrew Toomer, picked off by Nick Harper. That is the ball game.
It had been a close game, and it brought the two brothers even closer.
Eli and I, we tell each other that every time we talk on the phone. So I told him that I loved him. I was proud of the way he competed, and just wish him great health all season. He's going to have a great year. I think the Giants are going to have a great year. They're a good football team. So for the Colts to come in here and beat the Giants in this environment was a great win for us.
With the Manning Bowl behind them, the Colts returned to the RCA Dome for their home opener against the Houston Texans. The Colts' #1 draft pick quickly notched his first NFL milestone.
Caught by a dive to 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Joseph Adai. Just a little delay out of the backfield, and Joseph turned it upfield for his first NFL touchdown.
That's the future right there. That's the future.
But the present is Peyton Manning. Making full use of all his weapons, Manning guided an attack that produced more than 500 yards of total offense.
He throws it to the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Brandon Stokely! Manning with a perfect throw. What a catch!
The Colts then pulled away with touchdowns from reserves Brian Fletcher and Rand Carthon.
He gives to Carthon up the middle. Touchdown, he walks in.
Now they're getting everybody involved in the scoring.
The Colt defense was also heavily involved.
Let's make sure we understand our gap when we're playing over. Let our rushers rush.
Leading that rush was number 98 Robert Mathis, who spent the afternoon in the Texans' pass pocket. Mathis and company cruised to a decisive win over Houston. But there wasn't as much to cheer about early on the following week against a much tougher division rival, the hard-running Jacksonville Jaguars.
This is the way the Jaguars wanted to start. It's exactly the way the Colts did not want to. Not good defense against the run at all.
Until we score, they can change. They're going to play like that. They're not going to throw the ball until they have to. Play harder and faster.
The Colts finally got the spark they needed from punt returner Terrence Wilkins.
He's at the 30. He's at
your actions speak for yourself.
Soon all anybody in Indy could talk about was how lonesome Dallas Clark was in the end zone.
He's throwing the ball wide open. Dallas Clark, touchdown! Dallas Clark, holy cow, he was wide open.
The Colts took their first lead of the afternoon, and the defense made it stand.
You just got the sense that the wind has kind of finally come out of the sails of the Jaguars here on the road.
Indianapolis iced the game late when Manning called for a handoff, but didn't inform the rest of the team he planned on keeping the ball himself.
And they fake to it. Manning on an empty bootleg. He'll score. Peyton Manning on a 2-yard bootleg. And the Colts lead 20-7.
It was gonna be a dog fight, baby. But we the dogs, baby. We just chased the cat up out of here, baby. It's all good. Halftime, 3-0, baby.
All right, man. We held serve. We're 3-0. We've got the lead. Everybody's chasing us in the AFC South now, and that's the way we want to keep it.
It was the Colts who were chasing down Jets quarterback Chad Pennington in the hotly contested duel at the Meadowlands.
Pennington drops to throw, sets up. He's hit. The ball is popped loose. The Colts are going to recover. They get it back at about the 26-yard line. Pennington keeps it, rolls to the right. He's going to throw to the back of the end zone. Intercepted. The Colts pick it off in the end zone. Rocky Boyman, who got the interception.
Despite these defensive gems, New York put up 28 points, forcing Indianapolis to come from behind 3 different times.
Gives it to Dominic off the right side, cuts back left, touchdown, Dominic Rhodes.
Rolling right, under pressure, back of the end zone, wide open for a touchdown, tight end Brian Fletcher.
The Colts still trailed by 4 with less than a minute to play until Peyton Manning finished the Jets for good.
Manning, quarterback sneak, touchdown! What a wild finish, and the Colts stay unbeaten at 4-0. What a great win for the Colts, 31-28.
The winless Titans came calling in Week 5, led by eventual Rookie of the Year Vince Young. Young was as good as advertised, putting the Colts in an early hole.
They're catching the Colts on their heels right now. They're very flat.
They just ran through the Colts like a sieve.
The Indianapolis offense added to the misery, failing to score a single point in the game's first 30 minutes.
Forget all about this in the first half, all right?
Here we go. Come on.
You got to take the game over, man.
I'm not going to go dancing around with what we ought to run. You asked me to run inside. We're going to keep running inside, but we better make some yards.
The Colts got their yards and finally got on the scoreboard.
Peyton takes the snap, pump fake looks, throws, Marvin, touchdown! Marvin Harrison, what a catch!
Good job, man. That was sweet. Nice drive.
Tennessee still led deep in the fourth quarter until the Colts were able to put together another late rally.
Nice smoke. Scat, quick game. Nice smoke, quick game.
Manning pump fake looks, throws in the end zone, touchdown, Reggie Wade! Colts win 14-13. What a battle this was. Not the Colts' best effort by a long shot, but it's a win.
After the bye week, Washington came visiting to the RCA Dome. The Colt defense made it a journey the Redskins would deeply regret.
Good work. That's the way to come. They didn't chip. They didn't chip. Yeah.
The Colts drew first blood on a Manning to Dallas Clark scoring toss. But Washington retaliated with a blow that sent shockwaves through the entire Hoosier state.
Pulls to the right side now. He's being pressured, dumps it off, incomplete. Now that could be grounding, and Manning is down. Peyton is hurt. Peyton is hurt.
I think that's the first time we've seen
yes,
this.
It is. And Peyton's getting up. Yeah. He's getting up, and he is not a happy camper, but he's ready to go.
After shaking off the cobwebs, Manning erased a halftime deficit with 3 touchdown passes in a 10-minute span.
Manning takes the snap, throws to Marvin, touchdown! And the Colts take the lead.
The greatest alive! They gotta see him! He's the greatest alive! You're looking at a living legend right now! I hope I got y'all recorders at home, DVR!
Drops the throw, gets good protection. Airs one out down the middle. Reggie is there. He's got it. And Reggie scores! The 51-yard pass from Peyton Manning. The 3rd touchdown throw by Peyton.
Well, that was a beautifully executed play. You don't see him much better than that.
Next up, a mile-high matchup in a race between 2 AFC thoroughbreds.
Another game, another day, another Sunday. Out of the horses. Ain't nothing changed, though. We come out here and we do our things. It's a second home for us.
Reggie Wayne made himself feel right at home by erasing an 8-point halftime deficit with his finest game of the season.
Manning throws to the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Reggie Wayne.
What I'm talking about, finishing, right? That's the way to finish.
Nice ball, baby.
Let's
nice
go.
ball.
The results were so nice, Reggie did it twice.
Throws to Reggie. Touchdown! Reggie Wayne with a great catch.
Get in there, boy. Get in there, boy.
You want to get that man cut. He ain't going to be playing next week.
Denver's defense had allowed only 2 touchdowns all season. Reggie beat that number all by himself.
Throws downfield to Reggie. Touchdown! Reggie Wayne's 3rd of the day.
One time, baby. Finish it off, D. Finish it off.
Let's go off season. Let's go free. Oh, you earn your money right here, baby.
To their credit, the Broncos rallied for 2 fourth-quarter scores, tying the game at 31.
That's what I'm talking about. When the game's on the line, the great ones, the NFL, they rise up.
The Colts' last possession began on their own 20 with less than 2 minutes remaining.
Let's go!
But in one of the league's most hostile stadiums, Peyton Manning carved up the NFL's stingiest defense with surgical precision. It is a recurring act no Colts fan ever gets tired of. Manning mixing plays and working the clock, just in time to set up the winning score.
Snap, the ball is down. Adams' kick is on the way. It looks good. It is.
We're in October. We're just getting ready to start our November mode. We know what October is all about, continuing to get better, continuing to improve. We did a great job today, but you know what? We got to play a little bit better next week.
The Colts would have to be at their best against their longtime nemesis, Bill Belichick's New England Patriots.
60 minutes of Colts ball now. All I want is all you got. Let's go. That's what difference makes our here today. Be special.
New England's defense landed the first blow. Payne followed, but was nothing compared to the torch job given the Patriots secondary by Marvin Harrison.
Peyton drops, sets up, throws the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Marvin Harrison. 68-yard drive.
Set him up quick, early.
Check your guy. Help the tight end if needed and get through.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. Just be alert.
Yeah.
Compounding New England's discomfort were the churning runs of Joseph Adai.
They give us to Adai, starts right, cuts back left, touchdown!
Well, that's the way you want to go into the end zone, standing up.
Then it's 14-7 Colts.
Teddy, they can't hold us down one-on-one. They can't hold us.
But the Colts could not hold on to the lead. Corey Dillon's second score of the night tied the game at 14.
Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Please don't worry about it.
The worries vanished as soon as Terrence Wilkins touched the ball.
Terrence is going to play it again at the 1, cuts left, back to the left side, looking for opening, 20, 25, out to the 30, 35, down the sideline, cuts back in, gets the 50, 40, down to the 35, down to the 30, down to the 29. Great run back by Terrence Wilkins.
Adam Vinatieri scored against his former team to put Indianapolis up by 3 at the half. The Colt defense spent the rest of the game keeping Tom Brady and friends out of the end zone.
Snap is to Brady. Brady sets up, looks, throws one, tipped away. Great play by Antoine Bethea.
Boy, that saved a touchdown, Bob.
Sure did. Brady takes the snap. Brady comes up with some pressure. He steps up, lost one way down the middle. Picked off by Bob Sanders. Bob Sanders with a pick in his first game back in over a month. And the Colts have the ball at their own 18.
While Brady continued to misfire, New England's pass rush kept Manning under fire. The Colts blocking scheme had to regroup quickly.
Yeah, but that guy is bothering our quarterback. We have him double teamed and he's bothering the quarterback. Did he beat you this way? Just make sure you keep track of 55. Say I'll come running around the corner. And they're going to use him as a blitzer. So just understand that when they're doing all that wandering around, okay?
On New England's next charge, protection was in place, giving Manning time to ring up the game-clinching play.
Here's it out to Marvin. He got it! What a catch! Touchdown! Touchdown! What a catch by Marvin Harrison!
That's a great play. That's a great play.
Man, great catch.
I've seen it before.
It gets nasty every time.
That is nasty right there.
Too big. Let's go.
We need a big play, baby. We need a big play.
Man out. It's a wrap, yo. It's a wrap.
In a finish that foreshadowed their playoff rematch 3 months later, the defense slammed the door.
Pressure coming, he stays in, throws it over the middle. It's off by the Colts. Their 4th interception. Tatum June gets it. And the Colts have the ball game.
That's what football's all about. Coming into a tough place to play and finding a way to win. And that's what I love about this team. We're not playing our best all the time, but we're finding ways to win, and whatever it takes, we seem to be able to do it. And that's the mark of a good team. Okay, we got to keep that going and realize we're only halfway. Okay, a lot of people are going to say a lot of things about you guys. Well deserved. Just don't believe any of it. Just keep working, all right?
Yes, sir. Good job, Jeff. 3, 1, 2, 3. Colts!
The Colts entered their game against Buffalo with a chance to make history. Along the way, the defense created headlines of its own. The Bills were limited to 162 yards in total offense, the best statistical performance of the regular season by Colt defenders. Reggie Wayne sparked the offense, which scratched out just enough points to earn the Colts yet another nail-biting win.
Tate gives it to Adai, cuts right, cuts back to the right, dive, touchdown! Joseph Adai.
The Colts became the first team in NFL history to start with a 9-0 record in consecutive seasons. But trouble loomed just ahead deep in the heart of Texas.
Hey, let's go out here and punch them in the mouth today, baby. They supposed to be America's team. Let's put them under today, baby. This is our house today.
The Indianapolis defense landed a haymaker on the game's first series.
He's going to be hit the ball and knocked loose. The Colts go for it, pick it up. And they've got the first turnover of the game. Dwight Freeney with a sack and the forced fumble.
And that is how the Cowboys cannot play this game.
Nice job. Nice series. Way to kill him. Nice series.
That's one. Yeah, we getting 6. We getting 6.
Second down, he killed him. Razor.
The game remained scoreless through most of the half until Peyton Manning found his man.
Throws it deep, wide open, Reggie, touchdown! Reggie Wade! 7-0 Colts, big drive right before halftime.
We've got 30 minutes to play harder, faster, and longer. 30 minutes, baby. Good job, 18.
After Dallas tied the game at 7, Manning entrusted the ball to the venerable Dominic Rose, who did most of the work on the Colts' next scoring march. Appropriately, the drive against Dallas was finished by the guy named Dallas.
Manning drops the throw, looks, fire, touchdown Dallas Clark!
The Cowboys roared back with 2 late scores from Marion Barber, but enough time remained for a Colts comeback.
Go to 88. Go 88.
With less than 5 minutes to go, Manning found Marvin Harrison to move the Colts into the Cowboys' red zone. But this time, there would be no last-second heroic.
Manning back to low, throw in the end zone, incomplete. The Cowboys defense has held the Colts on downs.
Like most Colts games in 2006, the outcome wasn't settled until the final moments. This time, it resulted in the first loss of the season. The Colts bounced back a week later in a primetime matchup with another NFC East opponent. A national TV audience and a bewildered Philadelphia defense became well acquainted with the running talents of Joseph Adai.
Peyton takes the snap. This time they go left. They give it to Adai. Has the block, turns it upfield, gets to the 10, stays on his feet. 5, touchback, touchdown!
Get your paper right. Break the boys' ankles, man. Hey, break the boys' ankles, man.
Adai's second touchdown was even easier than his first.
Gives it to Adai coming left. Turns the corner, cuts upfield. 5, he's going to score again. He does.
Nobody laid a hand on him, Bob. They still have yet to touch him.
Why throw when you can run like
That's
this?
right. You're seeing the Colts at their best offensively.
Keep getting up wide, Mike. Yeah, and I was trying to go okay, so around came out wide to cover. Yeah, and I know he was running something like that, so I didn't want to go in between the head and linebacker seat right there.
A third Adai score put Indianapolis ahead 21-0, forcing the Eagles to resort to hocus pocus. But such trickery quickly blew up in their faces.
Garcia fires out the basket, who runs back. He's going with a pass, trying to go to Westbrook, but it's intercepted. It is picked off by the Colts. Nick Harper picked it off.
I see you sitting back there like, hey, boy. I said, boy, if we don't time this thing up right. I had no choice. Hey, I lost it in the light, did you? Yeah. Hey.
No one appeared more lost than the Eagles. Adai capped off the rout by tying a single-game NFL record for the most rushing touchdowns scored by a rookie.
We got a chance to clinch our division next week at Tennessee. It's going to be a tough outing, but we can get the job done. That's what we need to be focused on. That's the next goal in line, is winning this division. We can do it on Sunday, but we'll need a big effort.
In Nashville, the Colts faced a Titans team that had lost 7 straight games to Indianapolis. The streak appeared safe even when this touchdown to Ben Utek was called back. A pair of other scores did count, including a significant toss to Marvin Harrison.
Here's what Marvin's behind the defender, catches this one. He'll score the 100 for Peyton Manning to Marvin Harrison. 68 yards on the throw.
The secondary played a vital role in keeping the game close. Interceptions by Marlon Jackson and Jason David each ended potential touchdown drives. Despite their thievery, Tony Dungy and his team still found themselves tied at 17 in the closing moments when Tennessee decided to try for a miracle.
Snap, set, kick on the way. Good! Rob Baronis has just made a 60-yard field goal, and the Titans have upset the Colts.
It was a bitter defeat for Indianapolis, but the worst was still to come. After dropping 2 of their last 3 games, the Colts knew what had to be done to beat the Jaguars.
Right now, let's go, man. Hey, let's go now. Knock that ball out of 32's hands. Let's get a knockout. 1, 2, 3, knockout. Let's go.
There was a knockout, all right. It was administered by a Jacksonville ground game that ran the Colts right out of the Florida Panhandle.
He's going to the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. 2 plays, 94 yards.
Colts cannot stop the run. They can't do it. Impossible. Here's the draw play to Drew. Drew looking for room. He breaks the tackle, stays on his feet. He's at the 40. Coming outside, he's at the 35, the 30. Look at the speed. 20, 50, 10, 5. Touchdown! Touchdown!
There's nobody that wants to tackle anybody. This could be a rout. They really have come apart at the seams.
I have never
seen a run defense as poor as this one.
I have never seen a running performance like this at any level. Just keep
running the ball.
Running. Keep running it.
You know, obviously the questions are going to be about the run defense, and those guys ran through us. Started from play 1 and went all the way through the game. And, you know, they had a good plan, and they've got good backs. But obviously, you know, 400 yards rushing is not, you're not going to be in very many games giving that up. After a couple games like we've had, we've got to bounce back. And the thing we have to do is, it's nothing spectacular. It's not changing anything. It's doing what we're capable of doing and doing it more often. We'll get that done. We've got a lot of veteran guys who have been here before. So the thing I told the team is we'll see what we're made of from here.
Their first challenge, a primetime showdown against the red-hot Bengals.
Leave no hope for the Colts. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Leave no hope for the Colts. They're in trouble tonight, boy. Watch.
The fur flew on the first series as the Colts defense struck hard. With the Bengals still seeing stars, the Colts' shining stars went to work.
Pumps again, throws, touchdown, Marvin Harrison!
In the blink of an eye, Peyton Manning salted away the division crown with 4 touchdown passes.
Manning looks, fires, touchdown, Marvin Harrison, his 3rd of the game. Looks, here's one out to Reggie Wayne, touchdown, Reggie Wayne! Colts 31, the Bengals 13.
Great catch, man. Hey,
Let's finish him off now. Finish him off.
Still furious over their meltdown in Jacksonville, the angry Colt defense took it out on Bengal ball carriers.
Under pressure. Oh, ball's loose. Colts have it.
Greeny had the sack and the forced fumble. That's what Mike Greeny is so good at. Sir, give me one of these.
The Indianapolis Colts defense has been very, very good tonight.
The defense quieted its critics, including those in Bengals stripes.
What are we going to do with the article?
He's going to give it to him. Say it's from us.
You're going to give it to Palmer?
That was a hot team, very hot team that we cooled off. And we cooled them off. No new plays, no new people, just Colts ball playing like we can play. When we play that way, we're in great shape. Nice and sharp, a lot of passion. That's what we got to keep going.
The Colts hope for a mirror image performance a week later at Houston. Shockingly, the defense fell apart again, and the lowly Texans ran wild.
The Colts are really awful today. Awful. There's no emotion at all. Very sloppy tackling. It's contagious. If I was them, I would never throw the football. They're getting so many yards running the ball. David will hand it off to Ron Dane, and he walks into the end zone. That was too easy. And the Colts are playing like they did in Jacksonville, not like they did against Cincinnati.
For the first time ever, Houston beat Indianapolis, and real doubts emerged about the team's playoff prospects. One regular season game remained for the Colts to get their house in order. Indianapolis entered the finale determined to contain Miami's runners, but the early signs were not favorable.
And again, they start right, come back left, and no one is there.
Boy, just not a good way to start that half, Bob. Not with a play like that. They had deep in their own territory, and they let them out.
That's the only play they got. When you see that catch short motion right behind that top of their guard, that's all they got. They're going to wham with the middle three technique.
Just go through your read. All you got to do is line up on one like I'm lining up. This is one. Reading inside here. If he does that, go inside.
The defense responded and shut down the Dolphins, while the offense scored enough to secure the team's 12th victory of the season. Two other Colt touchdowns had hometown fans rubbing their eyes in disbelief.
Looks for Dan Klecko. He throws the flat. Klecko's got it. Touchdown!
There's a little rotund individual there catching at football.
Manning takes the snap. Sets up, steps up, gets away. He's going to run. 10, 5, touchdown! Peyton Manning! An 11-yard run by Peyton Manning!
Late season struggles had Indianapolis flying in under the radar as the playoffs approached. But the Colts were about to rise above their adversity and seize the NFL's ultimate prize.
Even after entering the playoffs with 12 wins for 4 consecutive seasons, questions about the Indianapolis Colts defense and their ability to stop the Kansas City Chiefs have become the primary focus.
The biggest question, could the league's worst rushing defense suddenly turn it around in the playoffs?
Hey, let's go now. 60 minutes, fast, physical, and let's earn this thing. Defense on 3. 1, 2, 3. Defense.
Expect to see a heavy dose of Larry Johnson.
There were 2 defensive goals, stop Johnson and pressure quarterback Trent Green.
And the defense has come to play.
The guy that came out to get you, he couldn't even touch.
I was like, insert. I
just kept running.
Larry Johnson may be the league's best pure runner, but he ran into a brick wall against a stunningly rejuvenated Colt defense. The Chiefs couldn't even make a first down until late in the third quarter. While Johnson seethed with frustration, Colts ball carriers ran wild.
If you went and got the outside guy and he took the inside, don't try to fix something you just did. Because he'll take whatever you don't take. You got me?
With acres of open space to run through, Dominic Rhodes ignited the offense in a first half that produced plenty of yardage, but not many points. The Colts' salvation was their kicker, who drilled 3 first-half field goals.
The kick is on its way. He's got every bit of it. He's got every bit of it. He made it 50 yards. And the Colts go to the locker room with a 9-0 lead. Adam Vinatieri with 3 field goals.
Suck it up! Let's go! Let's go!
Getting tired. You hear me? All right? Getting tired.
In the second half, the Colts' running game drained the clock and Kansas City's endurance.
You got ran up! Man up!
I told you that fatigue is going to set in on that defense. I think it has.
Gibson to a die off the right, cuts back left. He scores! Touchdown! Joseph Adai! You know who he looked like on that touchdown run? Larry Johnson.
The underneath stuff is going to be great. It's going to continue to be great right there because it gives so much depth.
The Chiefs looked out of their depth as Peyton Manning picked them apart with a flurry of short passes.
Peyton, pump fake, throws it back in the end zone. Touchdown, Reggie Wayne! The Colts 23, the Kansas City Chiefs 8.
The Colt defense finished the game exactly the way it started.
This Colt defense is the story of this game.
What a day for the defense. Now he lofts it down the sideline. Picked off by Bob Sanders. And the Colts are going to win this one. Super Bowl, baby! Super Bowl!
All week you hear like they going to do this on you. For one person, what do they do?
Defense, great job today. Held maybe the best back in the league to 32 yards.
During their golden years in Baltimore, the iconic symbol of the Colts franchise was Hall of Fame quarterback John Unitas. The Unitas teams were worshipped as demigods, but now the Colts belong to Indianapolis, and the team Baltimore once revered is now reviled. In the most hostile environment they have ever endured, the Colts came back to their former city to take on the Ravens and their angry fans.
Just trust the guy beside you. We know we're going to handle business, man. All we got to do is survive the storms, stay with your stuff, know your gear, man. Dominate on 3. 1, 2, 3. Dominate!
The playoff excellence of the revived Colt defense continued. The freewheeling defense pressured Baltimore into 4 turnovers.
McNair gets great protection, throws it over the middle, and he's intercepted. The Colts pick it off at the goal line.
Oh, no! Antoine Bethea comes up with the interception on a pass that was intended for Don Heath. Bethea is down, but I can't imagine he's hurt nearly as badly as the emotions of 70,000 fans here at M&T.
The Ravens' top-ranked defense got some licks in as well. But theirs came too late to keep the Colts off the scoreboard.
Hunter Smith puts it down. Adam gets all of it. He gets it. It is good. It hit the crossbar and went over. A 51-yard field goal.
4 Vinatieri kicks gave the Colts a late 12-6 lead. Inspired by the defense's spirited showing, the offense launched a 14-play, 7-minute drive, jump-started by Dominic Rhodes, and sustained by a critical third down reception.
Manning waits for the snap, takes it, sets up, protection stays in. He throws. Did Dallas catch it? He did! First down at the 31. What a catch!
And I have no idea how Peyton Manning threaded that needle.
I thought it was going to be intercepted. He really did thread that needle, and Dallas Clark made a great catch.
Bad just turned the corner to worse.
And Vinatieri's coming on for what would be an icing field goal. He's 4 for 4 today, and 5 would tie the club record. Snap is there. It's down. The kick is on its way. It is good, and that's it. The AFC Divisional Championship to the Colts. The final score, the Colts 15, the Ravens 6, and the Colts are headed to the AFC Championship game for the third time, and they could play it at home if New England happens to beat San Diego tomorrow.
We'll see who we play tomorrow. Well, maybe we have it in the dome, maybe we on the road again, baby.
For the first time in its history, the city of Indianapolis was hosting a conference championship game.
The winner of this game will play the Bears on February 4th in Miami. The crowd is ready. There's such a history between these clubs going way back.
We're sick of time. That's right. Let's do it today. Today is our day, our time, today.
Our night, our team, baby.
The Patriots come in looking to move on to the Super Bowl for the 4th time in the last 6 years. The Colts trying to get there for the first time in their history in Indianapolis.
This is going to go down to the wire.
Play hard, play smart, play together, all right? Win on 3. 1, 2, 3, win.
Ready!
In playoffs past, the Patriots have been the Colts' worst tormentor. Right from the start, it appeared that torturous trend would continue.
Colts aren't tackling well, and that's going to be a problem.
The Patriots weren't just good, they were also lucky.
Handoff comes to the right to Maroney. He fumbled the football. Battle for it down inside the 3. Ball in the end zone. And what do we have?
Oh, Logan Mankins recovered it.
Touchdown, Patriots.
Logan Mankins jumped on it and got the touchdown.
How about that?
The Colts had it, lost it, and New England recovers for a touchdown. That one kills you. What a break. The Colts had it recovered and didn't come up with it. So things are not going the Colts' way early. New England off to a great start.
Hey, let's make sure now that we understand one play at a time. And as long as we get lined up and we're moving, we're going to be fine.
Yeah. Maintain your composure. Continue to finish strong. In excellent shape.
The Indianapolis offense had troubles of its own. Cold drives sputtered, while the Patriots barely broke a sweat.
It is a draw to Corey Dillon coming to the left. He's on the 5-yard line. He's standing up. Touchdown.
And the Colts left it on the practice field. No question about it.
One play at a time. Let's go. Come on, Dallas. Get going, man. Got a lot of time left.
And now the pressure mounts on Peyton Manning and the offense.
Back to throw. Fires near side. Intercepted. Left side. Asante Samuel. Touchdown. Asante Samuel. The Patriots 21. The Colts 3. He read that route perfectly.
Colts just aren't here. 9:25 to go in the game. Peyton's 6th interception in the playoffs. 21-3 New England. And the Colts are really in hot water now.
We'll still use normal cadence. Yeah, check out the tempo.
There's 30 minutes of football to be played. A couple of touchdowns and you can get right back in this game.
Trailing 21-6 to start the second half, the Colts offense began to show signs of life. Indianapolis marched 76 yards in 14 plays and snuck back into the game.
Third down goal. The one Manning quarterback sneak. Did he get there?
He looks like he did.
Looks like think he did. He looks, nobody has called, nobody has said anything yet. Touchdown!
The Patriots 21, the Colts 13.
That's what I'm talking about, baby!
After a defensive stop, the Colts' next possession looked an awful lot like their previous drive. A no-huddle, high-octane march that both exhausted and bewildered the Patriots.
Dan Klecko is the fullback and Joseph Adai is the tailback. And he will fake the ball to Adai. Looks for Dan Klecko. He's got it. Touchdown! Dan Klecko! It's 21-19. The Colts with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter will go for the tie.
Peyton Manning found Marvin Harrison, completing an 18-point comeback, the largest ever in a conference championship game.
Nice shot, baby! That's what I'm talking about!
Way to step up, baby! Way to step up, baby! It's a tie game. We just got to play. Good series, see? It's just a tie game. We got to play. It's a tie game. Let's go.
It took New England less than 3 minutes to untie it.
Drifts to the right, looking, still looking, fires to the back of the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, Patriots! They say he was pushed out of bounds.
Colts fans questioned the call and also wondered whether their team had the stamina to mount another comeback. The answer came quickly. The Patriots had already recovered a fumble for a score. Now it was the Colts' turn.
Fumbled the frickin' football as it goes down. Touchdown! They say the Colts got it! Oh, doctor, that is a big break there. The Patriots thought they had it. Jeff Saturday got it.
The horseshoe is a symbol of good luck. In recent years, it has also represented Colts teams struggling for a prize that always seemed just out of reach. In past playoffs, the Colts had twice been beaten down by the Patriots, but those days were nearly done.
We got what we wanted right here. Let's go, Peyton. Let's go. Here we go. We got our money, man, in the money time. Let's go.
With 2:17 to play, Indianapolis trailed by 3. This was the moment Colts fans had waited for, and Peyton Manning seized it.
Holy mackerel, what a throw by Peyton Manning off his back foot.
He's got it. He almost lost the football at the Patriot 22.
It went up in the air out of his hands.
Touchdown and one more stop! A touchdown and one more stop! All right?
And now it is 3rd down and 2 at the Patriot 3.
Manning give it to Joseph right up the middle. Touchdown! He ran right up the middle and scores with a minute left.
Colts take the lead for the first time in the game. And a miraculous comeback by the Colts.
What better situation you want, baby? Beat Tom Brady last minute drive. You don't get no better than that.
The Colts led 38-34, but the game was not over. 60 seconds, 2 timeouts, and Tom Brady still had to be overcome.
They have to score. A touchdown, a field goal won't do it. But Brady has been unbelievable at this in his lifetime.
I'm throwing it back to Tony because he's the one who's steady. He's the one who always steadies us. And I couldn't be happier for his coach.
Peyton Manning had waited a lifetime for this moment. He was not alone.
This is what dreams are made of right here, fellas. This is what dreams are made of.
Let's enjoy this, man. Every moment of it.
Everything you've been praying for since you've been yee-haw is right here on this field today.
Here are the AFC champions, the Indianapolis Colts. The NFC champions, the Chicago Bears.
For the first time, the Super Bowl was played in a rainstorm, but this game would be remembered for other firsts.
Playing for a lot of people tonight, all right? Our families, our coach, our city, the man, let's play for each other, all right? Baby. Play for each other, stick together. I love every one of you guys. Bring this championship home tonight.
Victory save for the Bears, number 23, Devin Hester.
Flat balls popping here in Miami. It sails to the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester.
He starts up the middle of the field.
To the middle of the 15, to the 20, breaks free of the 25, to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield.
He may go. He goes on the opening kickoff.
Touchdown Bears! No way! A stunner to start Super Bowl 41. That shook the house.
You knew that was what the Bears were looking for, and they got it done.
The Colts did not get it done in their first series.
Third and 13 for the Colts and Manning. Now he's going to gun the right side, going up in the air. Chris Harris picks it up at the 30-yard line. There's your first turnover of the game.
It is going to be critical that we study the safeties right there and see them coming down. It's real prominent, and it's going to happen real quick right there.
On their next possession, Reggie Wayne slipped behind Chicago's safeties, and Manning found him for the Colts' first scoring play of Super Bowl 41.
Reggie's there, got it to 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Reggie Wayne. 53-yard touchdown throw from Manning. As again, Peyton got hit as he threw, but got it up into the air with a wind in his back, and Reggie was wide open at the Bear 20.
We can't give him a cheap dog on a touchdown by being in the wrong coverage. Okay? Let's tighten up, communicate, and let's talk.
The first quarter was as wild as it was wet. Every play was an adventure.
Hunter Smith takes the snap, juggles it. Then Terry picks it up, and he's going down. This time Hunter couldn't handle it. It was high and inside. I'm not sure how many more mistakes you can make.
The Colts did not repeat the mistake of kicking off to Devin Hester.
They ground it, and it's picked up by the Bears. The ball is on the ground. It's loose at the 35-yard line. The Colts say they have it.
56. Colts ball! Colts ball!
Gabe Reed was popped.
The Colts' good fortune lasted exactly one play.
On the delay, lost the football, the Bears got it back.
No team forced more turnovers than the Bears in 2006. Super Bowl 41 was shaping up as Chicago's kind of game.
Trade, I left 17 power on my
Jones in the eye, snap to Grossman, handing off left from the 43. Jones blasting up the middle of the 45, into the secondary at the 40, running right to the 30, to the 25-20. Jones to the 10, to the 5, and brought down. Huge play by Thomas.
The 52-yard run was the Bears' longest of the season, and it put them in position to extend their lead.
They've turned this fumble recovery into a disaster because the Bears are first and goal at the 5.
Grossman sets, throws to Muhammad, end zone, touchdown!
Big throw, Rex Grossman. What you know, baby? What you know? What you know, baby? Let's do it.
For a moment, the Bears appeared to be in control of the game. That moment did not last long.
It's Benson running back. Ball is out.
He fumbles the ball. It's loose. I think the Colts may have it. Yes, they do.
Bob Sanders came underneath and was able to come up with the underneath leverage and dislodge that football.
Bob Sanders' hit changed the game. The Colts did not allow another first down for nearly 2 quarters.
Let's go, on. Put it on.
After a rocky beginning, the Colts offense settled in as Peyton Manning completed his first 8 passes of the second quarter.
I like the momentum. It's changing. Momentum's changing, the mojo.
By the end of the first half, the Colts had run 46 offensive plays to the Bears' 19. Indianapolis was playing keep away, and the Bears could not keep up. The so-called finesse team was manhandling the monsters of the Midway.
Rhodes the lone back. They plug it up. They give it to Dominic off the right side. Touchdown! Dominic Rhodes barrels in. And the Colts have the lead for the first time tonight.
Let's go. You doing it? What? You doing it? Nah, man. I don't know. I see you, Dominic. I see you, Dominic.
Then we pass through the storm now. All right, the sun's about to come out. It's starting to come out. We just got to continue to play right there. We'll be in good shape, all right?
At halftime, the fireworks went up, and the purple rain came down. The experts believed the Colts were best suited for a fast indoor track. But in the wettest Super Bowl, Lovie Smith watched Peyton Manning seize control of the game and saw Bears' title hopes go down the drain. Joseph Adai caught 10 passes, and he teamed with Dominic Rhodes for nearly 200 rushing yards.
Manning takes the snap. On the delay, gives it off to Dominic Rhodes. He breaks a tackle 40, 50, to the 45, to the Bear 40, 35, 30, and down to the 29. Great run by Dominic Rhodes.
Clearing their path was the offensive line of Glenn, Lilja, Saturday, Scott, Dean, Gandy, and Johnson. Indianapolis ran 33 more plays than Chicago and had a time of possession advantage of over 16 minutes. Adam Vinatieri rewarded their efforts with a pair of third-quarter field goals. The Colts could sense that the Bears' flood wall was starting to crack.
Open the gate! Open the damn gates up! Open the gate!
Anthony McFarland may not move in the rain like Gene Kelly, but his nimble feet helped the Colts register back-to-back sacks.
Big play in the rain is making that ball slick. The pigskin is slippery.
Grossman fumbled the snap, picks it up, he falls on the ball again. Another sack, this time by Robert Mathis. 2 straight sacks.
Nice rush, Robert.
Ready to stay up, though. Watch your head.
Ready to keep coming. East right. Kick 200 Thunder Extender. I'm on
Come on, Rex, make a play.
Trailing by only 5 in the fourth quarter, Bears' comeback hopes were ruined by the latest in a long line of Colts heroes.
Intercepted by Calvin Hayden. Down the sideline. He's at the 50, 45. Down to the 40, down to the 35. He may score. Calvin Hayden with the interception and the return. Touchdown, Calvin Hayden.
Which one?
Grossman threw that one off of his back foot. Not a chance. Not a chance.
Kelvin Hayden made the most of his chance. Playing for the injured Nick Harper, the Chicago native picked an opportune time for his first NFL interception.
What a catch by Calvin Hayden and a great run afterward.
Hayden's touchdown gave the Colts a 29-17 lead with under 12 minutes to play.
Don't eat. He got it though now. Don't eat, Rod. Let's go, free.
In the slot to the left, Bernard Berry. Rex Grossman on the fake, drops to throw. As time, he's throwing one deep down the middle, intended for Berry. It is intercepted by Bob Sanders. 2 interceptions in a row.
An injury forced Bob Sanders to miss 12 games during the regular season, but once he returned for the playoffs, the Colts defense was reborn.
5 turnovers by the Bears, 2 interceptions, 3 fumbles.
Worth it, isn't it? All worth it, isn't it? Hey, all worth it, isn't it? You already know. Hey, how you feel?
For the Colts, the only thing that remained was for one more shower to fall on their head coach.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
The Colts are world champions. World champions for the first time since 1971. The Colts have beaten the Bears 29-17, and the champions of the football world are the Indianapolis Colts.
Tony Dungy took the ride of his life, a journey that led him to the embrace of his good friend Lovie Smith. For Dungy's players, it was time to soak it all in.
The great head coach Tony Dungy makes history today, the first African American to win a Super Bowl.
Peyton Manning, his first Super Bowl. Tony Dungy, his first. Bill Polian, his first. Jim Irsay, his first.
Nobody more deserving than those 4 guys.
After 9 years in the NFL, Super Bowl MVP Peyton Manning made one final pass to his teammates. It was the sweetest of his career. The Indianapolis Colts, champions of the NFL.